Welcome to the Fish House Nation podcast. We are at the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show. I'm in the Polar Fox Outdoors booth with Chris Beberg. Chris, how you doing?
Great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for taking some time and talking to us today.
Well, I wanted to talk about Polar Fox.
Yeah.
It's something that is making some waves this year. It's something I'm seeing online. Tell me about the brand.
Yeah, so my partner Gary Hibble and I are the owners of it, and we've come up with this product. We've always had a background of focusing on lightweight fish house stuff, so in skid houses and in trailers. And with this product line, we've been really able to step up to a super high quality build and maintain those low weights. And for us, it's always been just about how fishable you can make that product. So Polar Fox has just kind of been the pinnacle for me of all our years here, building something that sportsmen really love, ice fishing focused first kind of product. And then with this, we've got such high quality, durability and longevity. It's really been a fun business to build with Gary.
Tell me a little bit about the build. So it's not your traditional wood on the interior type of stuff.
Correct.
What do we got going on here?
So we have an aluminum floor structure that we start off with. So it's a really durable, robust system down there. But then on top of that, there's no frame anywhere. So we make these big panels as big as the whole side of the house here in our shop. Make them on a big flat table, so it's under pressure you make this panel, and then a CNC machine cuts them out. And so all of that then just tips together and locks together. So your floor goes on, your sides come into that lock in place, and your roof comes in there. And then on the outside, it's all brought together with the extrusions in the corners. So there's an industrial adhesive kind of product that locks it all in there, and it gets to be very strong, but 100% insulation, nothing to rot, there's no wood anywhere, there's no frame, there's no metal in the walls for that heat transfer loss kind of a thing happening. So it stays, I kind of find it almost funny because it's such a perfect fit for ice fishing. It's lightweight. It doesn't matter if you get it full of fish slime or snow or slush or anything like that, and it's going to last forever. So end of the day, you're done fishing. You don't have to worry about, is it wet? Is it got stuff in it? You just go on to your life, go hang out with the kids, clean some fish, hopefully, that kind of stuff. And it's really just designed perfectly for what ice fishermen need, I think.
All the houses I'm seeing here at the show are 6.5 wide.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So a lot of our focus has been, in my history, has been about using ATVs on the ice instead of taking your big truck out there. So this lineup is really all about keeping that weight small, very fishable, longer patterns, but keeping it so that you can actually tow this with an ATV. And that kind of comes into a lot about the tongue weight, You can build a nice lightweight house, but if you don't manage your correct tongue weights, ATVs can't handle that. So like our smallest one's 1,900 pounds, and that has about 220 pounds of tongue weight. So very simple for most ATVs to handle that, with the independent suspensions today. So 6.5 wide is really about that. It's about matching your ATV, being able to easily tow it on the highway as well on the ice, and really move around a lot. As soon as we go 8 wide and start putting more stuff in them, the weights just are going to grow a little bit from there.
How about the skid house nature of them? Looks like you're pulling these along right on the ice.
Yeah, so we do a skid house. It's been the same material, same construction kind of stuff. We've got a great product line there, of course. This year at the show, we brought all of our trailers down so we can show all the sizes. You can really go from one to the next and see what's the right fit. We're always looking for getting the job done for what you need, but trying not to get too big or too much stuff. So it's fun to have them all sitting right here. These move around really well. I mean, skids are great. They're definitely, you get a little lighter weight, but skid house, you have less clearance. So you can do quite a bit with a trailer because you got the clearance and you're staying light. So, a lot of people are used to RV weights out there, and those trailers, they get hard to pull through snow and slush. So obviously get that weight down a lot and your machines can pull them a lot easier through that stuff.
Tell me a little bit about the interiors and how those interact with the people who are going to be using them.
Yeah, so again, we really build these to be fish house or ice fishing focused, right? So Gary Hibble, my partner in this, is a lifelong sportsman too, kind of like a lot of us ice fishermen are, been doing it a long time. And between the two of us, we just talked to thousands of people about custom building fish houses over these years. And so we've learned what generally people like to do in a fish house. So we've got models that are built from a lot of customer input over those years, but each one of them is it's a very fishable interior and layouts. And then the insides are built where they're equipped with pretty much everything you need structurally, but we help people with how to rig them, because we believe a lot that the value of your fish house is going to be much higher, and you're going to love it when all your gear is organized, it's accessible, and it's taken care of that way, that your fun is a lot higher. So these are all set where, how do I add rod storage, rod holders, bait wells. All that's a kind of a custom rigging that we actually most of the time have the customer do with just our guidance, you know.
All right. I noticed something else here.
Okay.
All of your toy holder doors are on backwards.
Yeah,
They're
upside down. Yeah, it was a rough day in the shop. We thought, geez, who put that on upside down? Yeah. That's been an idea that Gary and I have talked about for quite a while, and he really started working it in his brain. Brilliant engineer again. They sit and think, and they really try to figure out how to pull this off. So it took some thinking, it took some prototyping, but the goal of it was really making a brighter, nicer interior. So when that's closed, you're in a building that has a nice big window. It's a clean wall, fully insulated wall, versus compared to the traditional ramp door. I bring that door up, it's typically black, it's full of ice or tire tracks or whatever, and you start going, hey, that's where I'm going to do my bunk bed. I'm going to put my pillow against that, and it's going to get wet and cold and dirty. So a lot of it was like make the inside a nice place to be. Mm-hmm. Now we gain because it's a lighter weight structure, so we keep weight down. We gain, and that's fully insulated on one of our panels, so we're gaining there. And then what's really cool is on the back, we decided, hey, let's make an enclosure to wrap this in. So now I can take a nice, smaller house, which fits for, say, 80% of your fishing. A lot of times it's 2-3 people, but my kids come by or guests come over, whatever. I can open that door, put that enclosure on there, and gain 6 more feet of fishable space. And it just makes a big open interior feel. Plus, I'm fishing on the ice, which is still fun. I like that where you're connecting to the ice a bit that way.
And the people who we hear it all the time, people would, boy, it'd really be nice if we had a spear hole or sight fishing hole. Yeah. Well, there you go. You got it now with that enclosure. Yeah. It's a really cool idea, and I like the idea of popping that thing up. You just set a small set of ramps to get you in if you want to put your ATV in there. Yep. But keeps the dirt off, and like you said, makes it a lot brighter on the inside.
It's always fun. I mean, everyone here is trying to come up with innovative ideas and bring stuff to the market that keeps improving the fisherman's experience out there. And for this one, I think it's one of the best ones that we've really ever come up with. I really think it's a big game changer on how you can get more out of a small box, if you will. Yeah. And it's right. I mean, that spear option is really cool because spear fishing is so different for every spear fisherman I found, where they sit and all that stuff. So this gives you a chance to cut a hole without having to position a vehicle back over that hole exactly and plan where I'm going to sit. Like it's the old perfect cut it in the ground or in the ice and you're set to go. And throw a little carpet around it for the dark out and you're set to roll.
Yeah, really cool. Anything else I didn't ask you about that you wanted to talk about?
I appreciate you taking the time and chatting with us today and letting us kind of showcase our stuff. It's been a fun show. We've had really good response. We're seeing a lot of people that are used to using portables and looking for something that's still light and still aggressively can fish. And it's been kind of fun. I mean, a lot of the pros are looking at them. We've got guides using them. And so it's neat to see how it applies for a true aggressive system on the ice. But then again, we've been packing them full of families, and it can switch into that too for those events where they're sleeping in them. And we got one family of 8 people that have been got one of ours, and they're using it for camping all year round. So it's been a fun show.
Yeah, very cool. He's Chris Beberg from Polar Fox. Thanks for meeting with us. Continue watching. We've got more coverage from the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show.